Hi everyone, welcome to Learn Science with Divya. Today we will start class 7 science with the chapter Nutrition in Plants. So let's get started. Let's first take examples of some food items. So this is aloo ka paratha and this is milk. So we take these food items because they provide us energy, right? And they help our body to grow. You know, milk has protein and aloo ka paratha has carbohydrates that you have learnt in class 6, right? So, our food items contain some important substances known as nutrients. What are nutrients? So, nutrients are the substances present in our food that are needed by our body for growth, energy, and repair of all the damaged parts and also to stay healthy. So we can say that without nutrients we cannot survive. Right? So carbohydrates, proteins, fats and minerals are some major components of food. And these components of food are what? Nutrients. So nutrients are also known as components of food. Now, nutrients are utilized or nutrients are used by our body through a process known as nutrition. Let's try to understand it in simple way. Nutrition is the process by which all the living organisms take in food, right? And utilize it. I just gave you an example of milk. We take milk and this milk provides us energy, right? So how this happens? How the milk provides us energy? Because of this process. So we can say that nutrition is how plants and animals get food and use it to stay alive, grow and remain healthy. So nutrition is found in both plants and animals, and in this chapter we are going to talk about plants only, right? Now one question arises, why plants need nutrition? For energy, growth, repair and all other life activities. What is the meaning of repair? To fix or to improve. Now let's talk about the modes of nutrition in plants. So there are two modes of nutrition that are found in plants. First one is autotrophic mode of nutrition and second one is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So let's first talk about autotrophic mode of nutrition. So auto means self and trophic means nourishment. Okay. So in this mode of nutrition, organisms make their own food. And how they make their own food? We will discuss it later. Okay. The plants that have this mode are known as autotrophs. Okay. And examples are all the green plants and algae. Okay. What are algae? That are present in water. Now let's talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So what is the meaning of hetero? Different. Okay, and trophic means again nourishment. So most plants are autotrophs, okay, but some special plants cannot prepare enough food, so they show heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and those plants are called heterotrophs. Okay, so in this mode of nutrition, organisms cannot make their own food. Right? So they are totally dependent on plants, or we can say that they are totally dependent on all the autotrophs. Okay? And examples are animals, fungi, humans and some plants. So there are mainly 4 types of heterotrophic plants. First one are parasitic plants. What are parasitic plants? That take food from another living plant. Okay, and that is known as host. Example is amarbale. What is amarbale? It is also known as cuscuta. Okay, it is a yellow thread-like plant that grows on other plants. So second one are insectivorous plants. What are insectivorous plants? These plants trap and digest insects, okay, to get nitrogen and minerals. And most common examples are pitcher plant and Venus flytrap. Okay, third one are saprophytic plants. These plants feed on dead and decaying organic matter. Okay, an example are mushrooms and Indian pipe. Last one are symbiotic plants. And these plants live together with other organisms and share food. Okay, examples are lichens and rhizobium. We just talked about parasitic plants, so this is an example of a parasitic plant that is known as amarbale or cuscuta. So this amarbale is growing on other plant that is known as host. Okay, second one, we just talked about insectivorous plant. So this is an example of an insectivorous plant. This is a pitcher plant. Here you can see that they trap and digest insects here, and they have a lid. So when any insect is trapped here, this lid gets closed. Why they trap insects? To get nitrogen and minerals. Okay, third one we discussed about saprophytes plants. Mushrooms are the examples of saprophytes plants. Okay, and they grow on decayed or dead material, right? And fourth one we saw symbiotic plants, that is not mentioned in your book. So that's all for today. We will do the remaining topics in our next video.